So I'm just here in Frankfurt, not too far from the start and the end of the Frankfurt Marathon. What I'm going to do is I'm going to give you a bit of a race review, a bit of a course recap, just for those people who want to do Frankfurt Marathon in the future. So the question is this the fastest marathon in Europe?
Jones runs and running and he's running and running and
Okay, we'll start with where Frankfurt is, kind of central Germany, about 90-minute flight time from London. I went with BA. The airport itself, very kind of quiet. I found on a Saturday evening, got there about 6:40 p.m. You'll notice from my video that there's no one around, so that was quite easy. Now, in terms of going to the expo, we didn't have time to go to the expo. I would recommend going to the Messe, which is where the expo is, on the Friday or the Saturday or even Thursday if it's open. The Messe Frankfurt expo, it was very busy when I went. I went probably about 8:50 a.m., about an hour before I was due to start. And you'll notice that, it's absolutely packed to the rafters. Nice monkey there. So my issue was I got there about an hour and 10 minutes before the start. I thought this was enough, but I had an issue with my QR code, which I'm going to talk about a bit later. So this is on the top floor. So this is the expo here. You can get tons of stuff there. Don't need to say exactly what. Spend a lot of time here, at least an hour trying on all the stuff like that gentleman over there. And what you'll see here is I got kind of sidetracked by where your names are. So all the names of the 10,000 plus runners. And I managed to spot mine. Took me about 1 or 2 minutes to actually do that. So well done me. Right. What I'm going to do now is talk about my problems. So I went to a desk and they said that I needed a QR code. I walked around for about 20 minutes. Eventually I got to a help desk. And the help desk printed out my QR code for me, which meant that I could get my bib number. So I was safe with that one. Now, toilets, do not go to the toilet in the expo. You'll be waiting there for a long time. And I'm going to let you enjoy a little bit of the expo now. To show you a little bit of the expo now. So massive Hocker kind of shop. Hocker is the main sponsor. And my number also says Hocker on it. Interesting. Hopefully I'll go a bit faster than these guys today. And love Hocker, especially kind of trail shoes I have, like the speed goats and stuff. And then just walking through, see a variety of different things, power bar, and then different types of clothes, but it's a bit late to get this. Right, so down from the expo, you go downstairs, and then you need to put your baggage down. It was absolutely rammed. This was probably about 9:20, something like that. You need to locate where your number is, and this very kind lady put the bag down, my bag down. So your bag, you get tons of stuff in the bag. I'm not going to spoil it too much, but it's got your name and number on, and you need to find that. Now for a bit of a course review, race review, etc. Right, so morning, thought I'd take you through a quick kit list check. So got my Adidas Terex hat, wear that backwards. My Aftershocks Open Run Pros. Got a running armband to put my my camera on. Hopefully that'll be streaming the whole time. Now, gels wise, I've gone for 5 non-caffeinated Morton gels and then 4 caffeinated, but I'll probably change that up once I properly pack. Got my trusty Garmin Triathlon 735 XT watch. Nike belt, I'll probably put the gels in there. Probably reduce the gels, to be honest. And then I've got my Adizero shorts and Danish Endurance socks. And then finally, my special Eliud Kipchoge special edition Alpha Fly 3s that I managed to get from eBay in my size, which is size 10. I was very lucky with that. So wish us luck. So the course goes west along the River Main. It's quite cold, so make sure you bring gloves and possibly a fleece. So this is the start area. The marathon was due to start at 10 a.m. I think it did start at 10 a.m, but I got there about 5 minutes to go, which was pretty dangerous, to be honest, because I really did struggle to actually get into my pen. So you'll notice a lot of people queuing up for the toilet, etc. like that. Make sure that's not you. So these are the pens here. It was completely fenced off, and the only opportunity really of getting in the pen was either climbing over or trying to find a gap in it. Luckily, I did manage to actually get a gap. That's 2:59 pace there, by the way. I tried to get the sub 3 on this attempt. So I got into my pen. I didn't have time to do any warm-ups, so that's something you need to do. Make sure you warm up before. So go. I did not have time to do my stretches, annoyingly. So I was kind of hoping that, especially in the first few miles, I wouldn't tweak something like a hamstring, which had been tight, etc. First few miles, you kind of start off slowly because there's just so many people around you. So try and get as far forward as possible. Then you can kind of get your groove. I was doing like 6:30-minute miles, which meant that I was way ahead of schedule. Drink stops. First water stop is 5k in, or about 3 miles. They have a range of different things like water, isotonic drinks, etc. Oh yeah, I got boxed in around 3:75, 6 kilometers, and that really did slow me down. I was almost walking at that point, so you can see I was absolutely gutted with that one, but managed to get wriggle free from that. So this is where the marathon actually starts to move away from the city. It's very flat at this point. You can see on the elevation chart, there's only going up a slight amount of feet. And I managed to keep kind of 6:40-minute miles. Really pretty on the outskirts, actually. You'll see the outskirts here, especially kind of autumn time. I was able to talk to the camera quite a lot here. Keep a steady pace as well. You can see I'm doing 6:20 there. So that was really nice. And what you do here is you move across the bridge, which is really nice, kind of a bridge over the River Main, and then you head out towards the villages, kind of like the villages on the outskirts of the city. So moving on 10 miles, I think I got through 10 miles in about 1:08, and this was bang on time. You'll see some bands there. I thought this would look like Disneyland, the kind of tower there. So moving on. So you're carrying on. You're going parallel with the river. Managed to get a really nice line down the side. That's what I recommend, actually. Just make sure you get a clear line away from people. What I found was a lot of runners, they kind of run in front of you and then block you off and then slow down, and it's just so annoying. So don't be afraid to kind of tap them on the shoulder and say, hey, what are you doing? Right, halfway, managed to get through halfway in about 1:29:40, I think it was, something like that. This is a really nice stretch, actually. You can kind of stretch your legs, get a decent pace going. I mean, obviously I was getting tired at this point, but you are kind of, the elevation is quite low on this point, which is really good. Then go over another bridge through the villages, and then you're heading back towards the city in this point now. So this on the video is about 16, 17 miles, something like that. And just felt like a nice kind of leisurely Sunday run. So this is moving back towards the city. And once you get back in the city, it does tend to get a bit crowded because you've got the crowds on the sides of the road, and then it gets a little bit hustled, etc. This was another point. I can't remember exactly what mile it is, but you have to go through that boxed-in junction. So just prepare for that. One of the final drink stops, mile 19, and then obviously you've got one in mile 21 as well. Sorry, mile 18. And then heading back, so this was very close to the end, only got about 5 miles left of the end. You'll notice the last drink stop there. And towards the end, it gets a little bit frantic. You're kind of running, against the clock. Just make sure you keep your form, make sure that you're kind of keeping your knees high. Your cadence, try and keep your cadence high as well once your legs tire. And then the final bit you'll see now is where you head towards the start area again, and the finish is just behind it. So once you see a big sign in the distance, unfortunately that isn't the finish. You've still got, I would say, probably about half a mile, maybe a mile, until you actually go back into the expo centre. And this is me right at the end now. Just sprinting as much as I can. I was bang on sub 3 at the time, and managed to make up a little bit of kind of time on this point. The finish, by the way, absolutely epic in the Expo Centre, one of the best in the world, and you'll see later on exactly what it's like. And yeah, so this was me on the floor, managed to get 3 hours, 3 seconds, kept my heart rate low, about 132, 6:52 pace, which is exactly what I wanted. I was flat on the floor, and a guy basically said, right, you need to get up now. And I was like, no, I'm just so tired. I was very grumpy at that point. And then this is me after I get my medal. I'm not going to show you where you get the medal because that'll spoil it. And this just gives you a bit of an idea of what the ending was like. Absolutely iconic. One of the best endings, I would say, to a marathon in the world. I've done quite a few. I've done like 15 marathons at least, and about 5, 6 abroad. But this was probably the best ending. So you come into the expo. You've got cheerleaders on each side, and you go through that arches there. So absolutely iconic. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and please subscribe if you found this useful. And if you do Frankfurt, make sure that you comment below. Thank you.